All right, everybody, good morning and welcome to Against the Public for August 13th. I'm Dana Lane. Today, as we usually do, I'll go through my top Major League Baseball free plays. A good start to the week. 2-1 last night. We'll take that every single night. Congratulations to everybody who was able to tail. We've had a really amazing run with these free plays, so I hope everybody has been able to kind of put some more money in that bankroll, which is the goal, night in and night out. After the show, please go to Pickdawgz.com. I'll have my premium Major League Baseball plays loaded up. You could jump on those single plays or put them all in the bundle at 3 packages, $49.99. Each 3-pack or individual play always comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee that states you must profit or receive an immediate site credit for the purchase price. And by profit, we mean you at least have to go 2-1. So that's our guarantee to you. And of course, there's only one way to get every play I release, and that's to simply become an all-access member. And you can do that for the next 30 days for less than $11 a day, the next 90 days for less than $10 a day, or better yet, jump on that annual all-access pass that will give you every play that I release from now to this time next year for just $3.70 a day. You can throw it on your credit card. We'll pay it off a little bit at a time. We'll sit back and relax because football season is coming, and this is the time that we shine. And we've started to shine already in the preseason. I hope everybody has been able to tail 8-4 to start the preseason. That's number one on the Pick Dawgz website. I have my preseason package loaded up. $149.99 gives you every play that I release, and week 2 starts on Thursday, so don't hesitate. Gives you every play I release from now to the end of preseason for just $149.99. And then we get into the regular season. 56% winners last year, over 4,000 units won, documented units won between the NFL and college football. That's also number one in that category. We're also 11 days away from college football. It's time to get those season packages up. I will do that very quickly. I'm very excited about having pro football and college football back. So that's everything in a nutshell. Hope everybody was able to get on board with that 3-pack last night in Major League Baseball. And of course, we're going to try to get you another 3-pack winner here with our free plays from Major League Baseball on Tuesday. Okay, here are your here are your 3 free picks. Remember, every pick comes with probable pitchers, so please double check before making your wager on Tuesday. Okay, we'll start things off 6:35 Eastern Time, and I am going to run through these quick because I'm trying to get this up, and I have to get this video to an editor who goes through and cleans up every one of my mistakes and then puts it out for you. So want to get this up as quickly as possible. 6:35 Eastern Time, 9:25, 9:26, Washington Nationals against Baltimore Orioles. The O's minus $1.79, over minus 15. Jake Irvin against Trevor Rogers. This is a matchup that has attracted a lot of action early on, mostly I think because it's the first game on the card, but also because there could be some strong feelings on the side and definitely the total on this. And we see that by the bet percentages already. 98% of the money is on the Orioles. 98% of the money is on the over, which absolutely works out for us. There's been some movement on the money line, especially here in town in Vegas with opening number of 159. That's moved to 166 at some properties. I see some movement on the over with the juice rising as high as minus $1.20. I don't have that number yet as a consensus, so we're not going to use that. We'll use $1.15 with our pick. But keep in mind, that's the way that this number is going. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. We're looking at 2 starters here, guys that don't have great records, but I think you got to go a little bit deeper than the records. Jake Irvin, 8-10, decent ERA, 3.76. Does need to bounce back after a couple bad starts, which is likely driving the customers towards the over. Over his last 2 starts, he's allowed 9 earned runs in 10 2/3 innings, 19 earned runs in his last 27 innings. That's a 6.33 ERA. Trevor Rogers, 2-10 this year, a 4.71 ERA. To me, has never been as bad as his record indicates. In his last start, he showed why the Orioles wanted him on the staff or needed him on the staff at the deadline. He allowed two earned runs in 5 innings in that 7-3 Baltimore victory. Over his last 5 starts, 2 with Baltimore and 3 with Miami, Rogers has allowed 12 earned runs in his last 25 innings. It's a 4.32 ERA. You heard me talk about this before, but when this seems so obvious and they're laying the red carpet out for you to bet the over, we're absolutely going to run the other way, because people will see these numbers, they will see the win-loss records, and just say, well, this game's going to go over the total. There's 2 really bad pitchers here. But I think if you go a little bit deeper and you actually watch the games, I think you'll see not as bad as those numbers indicate, which is why we're looking at a 9, not a 9.5 or even a 10. We are looking at the juice to the over, but I think we're going to let the public drive that number up, and then we're going to get at least, well, we're at $1.05 now. I'm looking for even money, and I think by the way that the public is wagering, we will be able to get that even money before first pitch. So we're going to go under 9 right now, minus $1.05, because that's the consensus number. Game number 2, 6:40 Eastern Time, 9:01, 9:02, Miami Marlins against the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies minus $1.72, 9 under minus 15. Bellozo versus Taijuan Walker. And I'm sorry, it's probably Bellozo. Haven't been able to get a confirmation on that. I have not watched him pitch at all. One of the few guys I haven't seen pitch this year, but I think it's Bellozo against Taijuan Walker. And we're going to go through these quick again. Bellozo's 1-1 of 3.05 ERA. He's going to make his 5th start of the season. Over his last 2 starts, he's allowed 2 earned runs in his last 10 2/3 innings. That's pretty impressive. Even more impressive is his jump from AA to the major leagues this year. He was pitched at AA Pensacola, and then he also pitched at AAA Jacksonville, where his numbers were okay. And again, we don't take too much from those minor league numbers. As long as they're okay, it's amazing how many times you'll take minor league numbers and the major league numbers will be even better, and we see that already with Bellozo. Walker's 3-3, a 5.60 ERA, and unlike Bellozo, has been not great over his last couple starts. Pitched against Arizona, pitched against the Baltimore Orioles, allowed 7 earned runs in his last 9 2/3 innings. I think this is going to be a much better pitching matchup than people think. From everybody I've talked to about both of these pitchers, and especially Bellozo, they were like, yeah, we're pretty impressed by him, even though we're an organization that really needed pitching. So we're pushing AA guys up the ladder as quickly as possible if they show promise. But I think with this juice going towards the under, I think, again, it's another situation where you got to read into that number, and as a bettor, you would walk into the book and you would look at these 2 guys. And we see Bellozo not making, his 5th start of the season. Taijuan Walker, probably his better days are behind him. And also the tendency of bettors that like to just go over the total anyway. And then you're going to give them minus $1.05. You're kind of teasing them a little bit. We're not going to fall for that. We're going to go under the 9, minus $1.15. And then finally, game number 3, 9:38 Eastern Time, 9:23, 9:24. Toronto Blue Jays on the road, minus $1.46, 8.5 over, minus 15 against the Los Angeles Angels. Kevin Gausman against Carson Fulmer. Jays have been a decent over team this year. Just if you look at their over/under record, they're about 11 games to the over this season. But with just 11 runs scored in their last 4 games, 3 of those games have cashed under tickets. So 3 of the last 4 games have trended under the total, including last night when they started the series, first game of the series, a 4-2 win for Toronto. And so we'll talk about that a little bit later too, because that's something that has happened quite a bit in this series. But with the Angels, they've scored just 14 runs in their last 4 games. This brings me to the fact that I cannot trust either offense, and this is where, even we're looking at an 8.5, and it's the tendency is really to go over 8.5. I think when betting is said and done, I think the public will be on the over here. But if you look at their last 10 meetings, 6 of the last 10 meetings have cashed under tickets, including 4 straight unders between these two teams when they have scored a total of 23 combined runs in those 4 games. Gausman's 10-8, a 4.42 ERA, is coming off a terrific start against the Baltimore Orioles, allowing just 2 earned runs, 3 hits in 8 innings. Fulmer's 0-2, but has a decent 3.74 ERA, which basically just suggests to me that they have not scored a lot of runs for him, and he's going to make it just his 6th start of the season. But he is 30 years old. He allowed just 4 earned runs in his last 10 innings and 10 earned runs in his previous 24 1/3 innings. That's a 3.70 ERA. That's good enough for me. I'm going to take the minus $1.05 here and go under the 8.5. So that does it for your Tuesday free plays. Please go to pickdawgz.com. Get involved with one of my many available packages, including an all-access pass that you can start today. Today's the day where you can start those, or you can jump on the NFL preseason package. That will start back up on Thursday. That's a reduced price of $149.99. And of course, we were 8-4 through our first 12 selections in week 1. So picked right up where we left off last year, and hopefully it's just lighting the flame to another fantastic football season. Here's our Tuesday free play recap. Washington, Baltimore, under 9, minus $1.05. Miami, Philadelphia, under 9, minus $1.15. And I guess we're going all unders here. Toronto, Los Angeles, under 8.5, minus $1.05. And that's Los Angeles Angels, by the way. That does it for today's show. Thank you to everyone who continues to watch. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Tuesday.